So, hypergamy is one of the words that the internet loves to throw around, usually to blame women for everything, from dating trends to the collapse of civilization. But the way people use the term today has almost nothing to do with what it actually meant. And the gap between the real definition and the online myth tells you a lot about gender, power, and why some men panic when women gain choices. So, hypergamy originally meant something simple: marrying up in a social hierarchy. Not because women were biologically wired to chase status, but because men controlled property, income, and mobility. So, if you lived in a world where women couldn't own land, couldn't inherit wealth, and couldn't survive without a husband, marrying up wasn't a preference, it was survival. So when people today claim hypergamy is a universal female instinct, they're not describing women, they're describing the patriarchy. Now, modern research shows that people overwhelmingly partner with others who match their own status. It's called assortative mating. And when women gain education and income, hypergamy does not intensify, it actually declines. Sometimes it even reverses. That alone should tell you that this isn't about biology, it's structure. But online, hypergamy has been turned into a morality tale. In Manosphere spaces, it becomes a story about women being disloyal, opportunistic, and hungry for higher status men. It casts men as victims of a rigged dating market and it frames women's autonomy as a threat. It gives resentment a scientific sounding vocabulary: alpha, beta, SMV, female nature. None of it is real science. All of it is ideology. Dating apps make the myth feel true because they distort visibility. Algorithms funnel attention towards a tiny percentage of profiles so it looks like everyone is chasing the same top tier. But that's not hypergamy either. That's platform capitalism. It's engineered scarcity, not a female psychology. So, why does the hypergamy narrative stick? Because it's useful. It offers a simple villain: women, and a simple explanation for complex social change. It lets men avoid confronting the real issue: the collapse of the old patriarchal bargains. As women gain autonomy, the old roles, provider, protector, patriarch, just stop making sense. Some men experience that as a loss of identity. You know what they say: if you are accustomed to privilege, loss of privilege feels like oppression. But hypergamy becomes a way to blame women for that discomfort instead of questioning the roles themselves. And politically, it's powerful. It feeds into stories about lost masculinity, family decline, and feminism gone too far. It turns women's empowerment into a crisis, and it reframes women's choices as social decay. But here's the truth: hypergamy isn't about women's nature. It's about men's fear of losing status in a world where women finally have options. It's a backlash narrative, dressed up as evolutionary psychology. If we want an honest conversation about dating, relationships, and gender, we have to stop treating hypergamy like a biological law. It is not. It is a mirror reflecting the anxieties of a society where women are no longer confined to dependence. And that's the part the hypergamy myth is really trying to hide.